How you doing, everyone? It's Saturday morning here in Omaha, and I'm up early. I'm bleary-eyed because I was up late Friday. What Fridays are for. But even though I could have slept in, it's a sunny morning, and I tell you what, I am a little boy again. I hate to miss the morning. It's back to when I was a kid. I don't know if you ever knew this about me, Stephanie, but as a little boy, the yellow of the sun just mesmerizes me. The morning sun, there's the rays of the sun are different at different times of the day, and everyone knows it worldwide. Sunrise and sunset are a complete gift to this planet. And so if I lived in the country, I think I would actually get up to greet sunrise. Being here in the city, sunrise is not quite as spectacular as when you can see it on the horizon. But I want to start off my video by doing a couple of shout outs. I want to shout out to Super Wes. Wes, I just happened to watch your video yesterday. I don't watch a lot of videos all the way through, but there was something about the tone of your voice that made me keep listening. And I said, damn, Wes is signifying. In other words, Wes, I'm relating to you. You talk like I do, which is you're coming correct, you're coming real, and just telling people, hey, this is who I am, this is how I do it, I really dug how you were talking about how your orientation to buying records is from thrift stores. And also, I dug how you were kind of, you're saying, hey, you haters that may turn away now because I'm showing pop records, well, get on with your bad selves. I like that, Wes. You know what I'm saying? Be who you are. I totally respect that. I respect that, much more than, say, someone trying to, I don't know what to compare it to. I just dug that, Wes. And I was surprised and encouraged, actually, to hear you talking about your, looking forward to Dereck too, and even Nikki Blossoms. Even though I'm not on Nikki Blossoms, that still I feel connected to it because I wrote songs on the upcoming album. I can't wait to see my name on their record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that little stuff still means a lot. I want to quickly shout out to you, Mr. Bizarro. I think I may catch you watching this. Maybe you won't catch it right away. Just, Aaron, don't talk to you much. Never took you up on your offer to call. But I do. I dig you, man. I vibe with you. And frankly, I have, kind of backed off on, I don't know if Mr. Astral Traveler 68 is still around, but I dig Chris, Astral Traveler, but I did exchange numbers with him. And honestly, for a minute, and if he's watching, he'll understand it. For a moment, I started to regret it because I crave not crave. I like to be left alone. You know what I'm saying? I really do, and that started to not happen. So, but I want to let you know that I dig you, Mr. Bizarro. I do, Aaron. You're cool. Good luck with the band, and that was cool to find out that you like Keith Hartley too. It's always interesting to me to find out who is known outside of the main pantheon of rock artists. I respect all the main people. It's just that, they're so commonplace. It's like it's not even fun to talk about them for the most part. Okay, so I want to share that I did actually go and buy some vinyl yesterday, partially because I have to justify things to myself, I come from a low-income background, mainly, and which means I come from a family where money was scarce, not all the time, but many times, which has shaped my attitude towards money, which is you got to have it, so you better have it for what you need, not what you want. And so I always operate like that. I always have money for needs, and then I'm scared to spend it in a in a in a pleasurable way. Anyway, yesterday after I made my initial announcement about Dereck 2, I got such a response from personal messages and comments that it encouraged me to not worry about how Dereck 2 is going to go, because I tend to be very conservative, you know what I'm saying, as far as what to expect. So I said I really wanted And here's another VC connection. I love the VC. This is my TV. This is one of my windows to the world. A couple folks, Chris Goodwin for one, showed the new Sigur Ros Valtteri. And I really like Sigur Ros, but after having that recent experience watching and listening to them with Rick Agnew, it just increased my appreciation for the fundamental beauty of their music. So I thought to myself, here's another thought. Here in Omaha, the variety of new stuff that we get is not big. It's all dependent upon what the local buyers know and what they think they can sell. So consequently, we get a lot of the more alt country, Black Keys type of thing. We get the M Wards, we get the tennis, but we don't get the electronic. We don't get the deep drone stuff. We get earth. See, we get the ones that are well known. We don't, I don't see some of those cool fucking labels like Phoenix Records, reissues. Very rarely do they come to Omaha. What I'm saying is I knew that my store would have the Sigur Ros. So I went down there with the intent of getting it. And I did. I bought a couple more things, but I bought the new Sigur Ros. And I love it. Chris, you were saying that this is more mellow. I just think it's a development, right away. I think this is wonderful. God, this is good. To me, it's like the way they make their music is like, it seems like it's as natural as them making breakfast. I love those, the lettering on the cover. I love this packaging. And I've only listened to side 1 and 2, but I like side 1 and 2 so much I played them over. I played both the first record twice, all the way through. I love it. I dare say that I would like it. To me, it seems rare for me when I can cop a groove or feel like I have the time and space to go to the place where music like this comes from. Actually, that's partially what I've been attempting to do this week, not to sound like Sigur Ros, but I've been trying to just let myself open up and just stop thinking so much. I am the sort of music maker who thinks as well as plays. They're both going on at the same time. I do try to disengage and just let the music take over. It's not always easy. To the boy Ellis was commenting that he understands, it'll come. Oh, and then also I heard from To the Boy Ellis's girlfriend, Erica. Thank you, Erica, if you watch this. Yeah. You have a special man there. I don't know Henry, but I'm willing to bet you that his good qualities outweigh his bad by the hundreds. I can see that about you, Henry. Exceptional. Everyone here is exceptional, but I feel like it's my right to point out people if I want to. I like it when it happens to me. Someone was telling me in a comment that people are talking about me on Reddit. I don't know what that is. I went and looked at it. I wouldn't know how to find the comments about me. I guess it's just nice to know that people appreciate what I'm saying, if that's what's going on. Let me keep going. What else did I buy? Just a couple things. I also, I was surprised to see this at Homer's. They don't usually have this sort of thing. But they had Live as Troubadour by Acid Mother's Temple. So I went ahead and picked this up. This is live and acoustic. Once again, the thing about the Acid Mother's Temple is that they're inconsistent as far as what gets put on record. The way to see the Acid Mothers, or to have seen them, because I guess it's too late now here in America, they're done. Live is the way. Live, they can really catch sparks. I've seen them twice now. The first time was amazing. The second time was decent. The first time was sparks were flying. It was amazing. So this is not really, the first play was not a fun listen. But that's not going to stop me. Actually, I think anytime I see Acid Mothers on vinyl, I'm buying it. These guys touch me, as people, as well as their music, but what they're doing, what they're about, touches me. You know, I'm definitely a psychedelic brother of these guys. Acid Mother's Temple. Absolutely, those are my peeps. Okay, so after I went to Homer's, I had to make a loop, and I went over to Antiquarium. I didn't go to all the stores in the market. I went to Antiquarium because I had a feeling I hadn't been there for a while. Maybe they had something, and so they did. Friends, I do not know what happened to my original copy of this, but I, about a year or so ago, discovered that I didn't have it. So I bought a copy of this today. It's not a first run. As you know, this record has been reissued countless times. So it's not the two-colored reprise label. It's the single-colored reprise label. The record's in good shape. Yeah. I would venture to say this pressing goes back a ways. I had an original two-color reprise label pressing of this. I really don't know what happened to it. The legacy of Jimi Hendrix is indisputable. What he did to the sound and the history of the electric guitar is without question. What I love about Jimi Hendrix is when he took it away from the blues. He was deeply steeped in the blues and can play it like nobody's business. Because of his playing, I can find myself listening to, like Voodoo Child. I can listen to the bluesy long one and get through that better than like a lot of other bluesy stuff. But it's his psychedelic stuff that I really like. Voodoo Child's Slight Return is one of my top favorite songs of all time. Is Jimi Hendrix influential on me personally as from one African American to another? Absolutely. Jimi Hendrix is one of the people who saved my life when I saw him. Hadn't heard him, but when I saw his record, it's like, there's hope. That's what I thought. I think I was maybe 13 when I first saw Jimi Hendrix records, maybe 12 or 13. That was the thought. I still remember it was in a J.C. Penney. I still remember the first time I saw Are You Experienced. Still remember the first time I ever saw that record. My thought was, there's hope for me to be who I really am. You know, I've never been able to grow my hair, and I've always been, again, I say it because it's the truth about our finances. I was too poor to afford the cool clothes of the time, so I could never dress like a hippie. You know, I mean, the few cool bell-bottoms I had, I mean, I wore them till they fell apart right away. So it wasn't so much that I needed to wear the costume, but to know that inside my head I was okay. I wasn't alone. Jimi Hendrix was one of the first people to let me know that. So I was real chuffed to only $12 for this. It's in really good shape too. Again, I really am not sure what happened to my copy. I bought this. It was only $3, and I bought it because of the cover. I'm not a big fan, but in looking at my old videos recently, I did come across some old PM Dawn that I really enjoyed, and I found this for $3, Amnesia by PM Dawn. Now, I'll tell you two things why I bought it. The price, it's only $3. I really like this photograph. Look at those boys. That just makes me think of my own childhood or childhood. I don't know. It's a fairly generic picture, but I love that cover. I love that shot of the two little, they look like brothers. I don't know, I just love that picture. I relate to it. But anyway, as I'm looking at it, I was looking at it, and it's on an independent label. It's from the year 2001. So this is after their heyday. And I said, well, this is interesting. This is good. It's less commercial. It's really very tuneful. It's like, wow. PM Dawn, for the beginning, was really about the music. So really happy I found this. And the last thing I found used was DJ Shadow Live. I have Introducing on CD forever. And this is a live double that came out on Geffen. And, you know, I've never been that, I love drums, but it's not beats like people say beats that interests me. It's rhythm. And in a way, listening to this kind of bears out where my head has been at and why it's true to me, which is a lot of this is him searching for beats. It's not even 10 years later, and some of this sounds dated, even though he's using old stuff. But the approach, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not criticizing. I guess in a way, okay, I don't mean to criticize. Let me restate what I'm trying to say. Really, what I'm musing on is the difference between a lot of sample music like DJ Shadow and the way that I use samples. Some of you folks have said you like my electronic and my sampling work because I use the samples. What I'm looking for is textures and sounds to create landscapes. I'm not concerned about the beat at all. And in a way, listening to this, as much as I enjoyed it, it kind of reaffirmed where not focusing on the beat, but focusing on the texture of the sound is more, I don't know that it matters, but it seems like it's more lasting. I don't know, like that matters, but it's the thought that this kept, while listening to this, that's some of the thoughts that came to me as I enjoyed it. So I bought, those are the records I bought yesterday. Recently on the YouTube VC page, someone, I forget who it was, showed their Blossom Toes. They were listening to Blossom Toes. I only have burns of that. I love Blossom Toes. I never see those records on vinyl in this area. Those are records that are on my Grail list. The Blossom Toes. Those are high on my want list. But it got me to thinking that, you know, I have a solo album by one of the members of Blossom Toes. Check it out. I forget my records. I forget what I have so bad. I thought, and I guess it's not, I don't. I thought I had blaked all my records. So it occurred to me to look up the Andy Lay Blossom Toes solo record to show. And so I pulled it, and it's like, it hasn't even been blaked yet. I still have records over here to discover. I thought I had them all. Now, a couple things about this. This is beat because this is my original copy that I got as a promo from a radio station at the age of 14. There's my name written on the back several times that proves it. I was such a nerd. If I liked, especially if I liked a record, I'd put my name all over it. Look at how ring-worn it is, because this goes back to my childhood before I knew about taking care of records. Somebody tell me if you have a copy of this. I've never seen another copy of this in real life. This is rare. I mean, it's got to be. I've never seen a copy anywhere in real life except my copy. I've seen some online. Do any of you have a copy of this album? Second thing, this album is dope. This album is excellent English rock. It goes all the way from T-Rex boogie into that type of wistful English rock. Sounds like they wrote it on a typical gray English day. Fantastic. It took me a while to remember this album. I think Andrew Lay also went on to play in Matthew's Southern Comfort. Don't quote me, but I think possibly. But it wasn't even blaked yet. So what else do I have over here to find out? It kind of blew me away when wow, I still have records in my own collection to discover yet. One more item of interest about this album. So Sire Records, you all know Sire Records. Talking Heads, Ramones, the big yellow with the blue, dark blue circle for Sire. This is what Sire Records looked like before that. Isn't that cool? I don't know that this is the original Sire label, but this is one of the, this is an earlier manifestation of it. So I wanted to show that. I can hear every song on this album. I know this album so well. He was in Blossom Toes. Anybody else have this? Okay. I think, yeah, Monday is when I'm planning to officially start the taking of pre-orders. People are letting me know that they want to, and so just, on Monday, just go ahead. I mean, I will make the video, but for those of you that, oh man, it's like I want to make it an official announcement on Monday. Okay, so just wait for it on Monday. Okay, my rep pretty much guarantees me that I'll get my full order this time. As you know, I got shorted. I didn't get a whole 100 colored last time. I only got 81. So it's another run of 250 records. 100 are going to be on orange vinyl, my favorite. I'm doing this like a bucket list. I've thought about a lot of little things here in doing Dereck 2. My hope is to continue doing this. I try to be pragmatic and realistic about how things are going in this world. Economically things look really dicey. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just the media really fucking with my head. I hate mainstream media, but I'm paying attention to it. It just looks like, economically things are really bad right now. So the idea of prospering and making record after record, I got to be realistic about it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I want to. That's the plan. But at the same time, let's do what we can do while we can. So it fits the cover. You all won't see the cover until it's out, but it's Stephanie's work. I'm so pleased. And orange will fit. It'll fit. But orange is my favorite color. I definitely have always wanted an orange record. Is my chance, okay? It's a bucket list thing I'm doing, all right? It is also another bucket list thing to do this with my sister Stephanie. I would love it, actually, to do a record with my sister Adrian and my brother James and my brother Patrick. My older brother James is amazing, actually, as a musician and artist. He's crazy. That's why I don't deal with him, because he's really a pain. But I think if some of you folks heard of Brother James's music, you'd completely forget about me. That's a compliment to my brother, but I'm not here to promote him. But depending on how my situation goes, it may get to that point. I may, if things go well, offer to put out some of his music, which will be a nightmare. Working with my brother will be a nightmare. No, I don't want to hear from you folks who are thinking, you don't know that. Yes, I do. You don't know my brother. And a goddamn thing changed, okay? So, anyway, those are some thoughts I'm having. And one more thing about Dereck 2. When I announce it, I just decided I'm gonna do it like this. It'll be $20 everything for America, $25 for everything for Canada, $30 everything for the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's going to include postage. I just figured that's the way I'm going to announce it next week. Make it simple. 20, 25, 30. It should average out, Okay, I'm over 20 minutes and I'm still thinking about stuff to say. Y'all have a good day.